So 5 years ago, I started my entrepreneurial journey with this $40 rap kit. I mean, I literally worked out of my driveway. But fast forward to today, and now I'm running the #1 rap shop in my city, and that's as a solo installer. Hey RJ, how'd you do it? Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. I got 3 hacks that played a pivotal role in my journey. So let's just skip all the potential growing pains because I'm actually gonna try to help you to scale to 100K within your first couple of years. But first things first, what exactly is a rap business and why is this an incredible opportunity? So for everybody, a rap business is different. For me, I wrap everything. I mean, I do stuff like this, custom printed wraps on door jams. I do color changes on cars, commercial vehicles. I've even wrapped a gun, a toaster, a Keurig, I mean, a wall, a floor. Let's just put it this way. If it could stick to it, you could wrap it. But why exactly is it an incredible opportunity? Well, let's go back to what I said before. I started with just a $40 Amazon wrap kit. With that being said, keep in mind, 20% of businesses fail within the first year, and that number goes up to 50% by year 5. So how do we become successful in this industry? Well, through my journey, I found that there's really 3 things that you really need to focus on, and those are gonna be your value drivers. So that's gonna be the pricing of your services, marketing and building your brand, and then also the essential materials and tools that you're gonna need. So let's get to the most important part, and probably the reason that you all are here, it's the money. But we need to know how to price our services. Now on the right-hand side, we have our expenses, and then on the left-hand side, we got an example of how we can hit our 100K goal. First things first, you're gonna need vinyl. Now there's 2 types of vinyl. There's calendar film, and then there's cast film. Cast film is gonna range around $750, and then you got calendar film, that's gonna be around $600. You got another smaller expense, and that's gonna be tools. That's your knifeless tape, that's your razors, your gloves, your squeegees, stuff like that. Then one of the most important things is overhead costs. Now this is different for everybody. When I first started out, my overhead cost was $0 because I was rapping out of my driveway. But I couldn't get commercial jobs rapping out of my driveway. So I had to get a shop. Now my overhead cost is $2,000 for rent, $500 for utilities. Now with that being said, I can't charge $1,500 like I used to do out of my driveway. So now that I got a shop, I do $2,500 for coupes, $3,000 for sedans, and then $3,500 for SUVs. And then those commercial jobs, they can range from like $4,000 to $10,000. And then you got the filler jobs. Let's say a car takes me 3 days to do, then I have 2 more days of the week that I could work. Now I could throw a chrome delete on Thursday and Friday. And that can range anywhere from $500 to $1,000. Now let's go over to the example of how we can actually get to our goal of 100K. That's gonna be income minus expenses, get you your net profits. So it's the money that's actually going in your pocket. Now I calculated this as if you weren't taking any tax write-offs at all. So this is the absolute top number you need to hit your 100K goal. Annual revenue needs to be $223,000. And then your weekly revenue needs to be around $4,300. Now this is gonna cover your expenses. So we're talking about overhead, we're talking about rent, utilities, we're talking about materials, pretty much all of that. Also, it's gonna include your taxes. And let's just say that's 25% of your income. And after all of that is taken out, you're gonna be left with 100K in your pocket as a solo installer. Now to reach this goal, we're gonna need 2 regular jobs a week or 1 big commercial job a week. But RJ, I can't wrap 2 cars in 1 week. That's all right, you might not have to. Remember, you can mix some of these other services. So let's say you have a SUV, you made $3,500. And then on Thursday, you come in, you're doing a chrome delete. That's $500. Let's say it's not even a chrome delete for the next car. Let's say it's just a ceramic coating. You charge $500 for it. So that just puts you at $4,500 for the week. So technically you met your weekly revenue goal to get to that 100K by the end of the year. Now the only downside about this is in the beginning, it's gonna be pretty hard for you to stay booked throughout the whole week. So to make it a little bit easier, you're gonna have to find some creative ways to create some additional income. Now that could be upselling products, like I said before, you could wrap somebody's car, and then you could go ahead and throw a ceramic coating on it, maybe a chrome delete, all on 1 car. Other than that, you could go ahead and try to monetize your business. So we're talking about social media income. You can try to get money from TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, like we're doing here today. There's partnerships. Now I currently have 2 partnerships that pay me around $2,500 a month. And then there's affiliate links. Those come to play when you get on YouTube, or honestly, they're probably on all social media platforms, but I only seen them really pay out on YouTube. So I currently have none of those yet, but I'm working on it. And one of the biggest things I tell people, because I'm an investor myself, is your SEP IRA. Now you're gonna be able to put 25% of your net profit earnings in your SEP IRA, and that becomes a tax deduction. And that's also something you could go invest in Bitcoin or the QQQ, whatever it may be, to try to get your 10 to 20% a year. But keep in mind, that's gonna alter the actual amount that you need weekly. down a little bit if you're gonna be investing in your SEP IRA. That's why it might be pretty important for you to try to find an accountant or learn how to work your FreshBooks yourself so you can go ahead and get all those tax write-offs and you can lower the amount that you need weekly to actually make it to 100K. So we're done with that one. So the next thing is gonna be marketing and building your brand. Now, the first thing you want to do is create a strong brand identity. Now, that's going to be a logo, a website, and social media. Now, if you're just starting out, go ahead and take the free route and focus on social media. Me personally, that's what I did for the first 3 years, but I really got hyper-focused on content creation. I mean, think about it. It's free advertising, and you're on a platform that teaches you how to do things so you can learn how to create content on YouTube. Once you are creating high-quality content, you're going to get a bunch of views, a bunch of exposure, and that's going to help you build up your brand. Now, that exposure is going to be a little bit spread out unless you're in some place like LA or San Diego. So when I first started creating my content, I followed this page called Big Bang Car Meets. I used to follow everybody that followed that page, and probably like for every 100 people that I followed, maybe 3 of them messaged me asking how much I charge to wrap cars and stuff like that. And I actually booked a lot of my first clients off of doing that. Cost me $0, just a lot of time because I follow like maybe 700 to 1,000 people a day. Now that's just one route. And if you're doing this, you're really hustling like you really want to make it. So the next step you need to take is local advertising. One of the first things I did is create myself a little business card. I used to go hand it out everywhere. I'm talking detail shops, just lay them sitting on people's cars that was all jacked up and stuff like that. Just trying to drum up any work that I could, right? Because I was kind of scared to really invest into myself deeply at that point. So I was kind of just doing the cheap stuff, the free stuff. Cards maybe cost me like $100. It was free for me to hop on social media and follow everybody. But when I got really serious, I wrapped my card and it custom printed like half red, half black, and it had RJ wraps all over it. That wrap itself probably cost me like $1,500. That card alone probably pulled me like 10 to 15 jobs in my first year after wrapping that. So what did I do? I doubled down. I bought me a van. I wrapped that in a custom printed wrap. That did the same thing for me. Then I took it a little bit farther. I bought a bunch of camera equipment, drones, GoPro, all this stuff to start up my YouTube channel. And that's starting to book me jobs too, even from YouTube. Then out of nowhere, I landed my first partnership with WePrintWraps.com. Now they like my style because of how I wrap my personal vehicle and how I branded it. They felt like I was a good person to help them reach their target audience. And again, that comes back to high quality videos and pictures. Because now I not only have a partnership with WePrintWraps.com, I have it with a couple of other people, and then I have random people that will hit me up to make videos for them for maybe $200 here, $500 there, or some free material. Now, the last 2 things you need to focus on is your client testimonials, your Google reviews, and then also networking to those local businesses. Word of mouth is everything. Word of mouth is everything. Word of mouth is everything. Now remember, if you wrap one car, maybe they put a Google review, maybe they're out here talking to people about it, and that one job can land you 5 more jobs. Those 5 jobs can land you 10 more jobs, and those 10 jobs can land you 50 more jobs, right? Now, if you do a terrible job and you don't even try to go back and fix it, that could spread in a really bad way because most people have a negative bias. So one bad job could turn into 10 people talking junk about you. 10 people talking junk about you could turn into 100 people talking junk about you. And that's the last thing you want. Now, sometimes you could drum up some work when you network with local business. For me, I managed to get my foot in the door with GoMini, and they ended up contracting me 350 containers to wrap. That became my weekend work for a long time, and I even had to hire one of my friends to help me do it because it involved decal removals also. So keep that in mind. Now, also with building your brand comes customer service. You need to know how to communicate effectively with the customers, and that's just as simple as listening. If you need to, write it down. Now, you also need to manage expectations, but you need to deliver on your promises. For example, if somebody comes to you and they have flaking clear coat on their car, just let them know, look, I can sand this down. When I wrap it, it might be a little bumpy here and there. You probably should take it to a body shop, but if you want me to do it, that's something I could do. And that right there tells them to don't expect a perfect job, but you could get the job done. And from there, it becomes up to them how detailed they want to go. If they need to take it to a body shop to get it perfect before getting it wrapped, then that's something they could do. Now, next thing you need to focus on is handling your complaints, and then make sure you get that satisfaction from people. So when you're completing your first couple of jobs, you're gonna have a lot of pillback, you're gonna have a lot of bubbles, a lot of little things that you're gonna miss because you're just now starting out, so you really don't know how to get everything perfect. Make sure that your clients are coming back to you within a week to get touch-ups on their cars, so you can go back and fix that stuff sometimes before they even even see it, or tell them when they leave your shop, look, there might be some peelback or some bubbles here and there. Just come back in a week so I could touch up those things for you. And the last thing you want to do is build those long-term relationships with your customers. Remember, these wraps only stay on people's cars for 2 to 3 years if it's calendar film, and then maybe 4 years max if it's cast film. So these are going to be repeat customers as you go through your business cycle. If you piss them off, they're never going to come back to you again. But if you do a good job, then you're going to be the only one that they trust. Now, if you're starting out with that Amazon kit, look, I get it. Now, as you get further along in your business, you'll realize that certain materials and tools are going to be the main thing that's standing in your way of being more efficient in your business. For instance, I stick with cast films. I don't like to struggle with calendar films by myself. I'm able to do 2 cars a week by myself if I'm using cast film. Now, also, this is not sponsored, but Paint is Dead is one of my favorite tool distributors. I love squeegees where you can change out the felt pads every job. The gloves are high quality and they look really good for the aesthetics when you're creating those videos when you need them to go viral. A lot of people tend to have a lot of peel back on their door handles or on their mirrors. Something like this ProForm will prevent that and actually cut down the amount of time that you're spending on wrapping mirrors and not have to come back and re-wrap it later because it peeled back. You can also get stuff like bumper poles. This is going to help you wrap a bumper solo when you're first starting out by yourself. And the materials are just as important. Now, you're no professional when you're first starting out, so you need to be using knifeless tape to cut that wrap instead of cutting on the car. All of these products can be found on Metro Restyling or Fellers.com. You can even find most of this stuff on Amazon. Now, as a solo installer, I don't like to get into the designing or the printing aspect of it because it just sucks up too much of my time. One of my favorite people to outsource to is WePrintWraps.com, who also happens to be my very first sponsor. Now, the next thing you need to focus on is your workspace setup. You're gonna need ladders, you're gonna need tables, and if you're trying to create aesthetically pleasing videos, you're gonna need raised deck floors and maybe even hex lights on the walls or the ceiling. Now, with all that being said, we could go ahead and hop into these bonus tips. Now, the first one is a goal without a plan is just a wish. And that just simply means stop waiting, just execute. Now, the next one is success is the sum of small efforts and staying consistent. Basically, if you're first starting out and you're only doing 2 cars a month, it's something. Something is better than nothing. Sooner or later, you're gonna be able to scale up to 3 cars and then 4 cars within that month. So just stay consistent and you're gonna make it to that point. So the next one is just gonna be focusing on your why. Now, your why might be you wanna get out of that 9 to 5 and just leave the rat race forever. Now, when times get hard, and believe me, they will, you just gotta use that as fuel to continue to push through. The next one is just learning and adapting is gonna keep you ahead of changing markets. Now, I was one of the first people that I knew that actually got into the commercial wrap space. And my first 2 vehicles was a nightmare, but everything after that helped me to double my revenue almost. And the last tip is gonna be celebrate your small wins. Sometimes you just gotta enjoy the process. Some people won't even make it past this video. Remember that. So if you're out there actually running your business, then that's an accomplishment in itself, even if it's 1 or 2 cars a month. Now, my final thoughts on this is go ahead and stay focused, take action, and trust the process because growth takes time. But consistency is gonna help you reach your goals. Now, if you feel like I provided you value, then go ahead and stick around. I got a playlist of how-tos popping up, and it's gonna help you progress in your journey as a vinyl wrap shop. But that's all for today, so I'll see you guys next time.